Okay, you may have a couple questions coming to your head right now, like what language am I speaking, who is the man in the hat sitting next to me, and how did I learn the language? To answer these questions, we gotta rewind a little bit. This is my friend Alikhan. He's from a country called Kazakhstan. It's the 9th largest country in the world, located between Russia and China. We've known each other for a couple years because we work at an amusement park together during the summer in the US. The native language in his country is Kazakh, which is a Turkic language. Although this is the case, 97% of the people living there speak Russian fluently because of its history with the USSR. Now, I had studied Russian for 6 months without my friend knowing, and this is the main theme of the video. Surprising my friend. In our amusement park, we have people from Kazakhstan, Turkey, Dominican Republic, Colombia, Jamaica, and so on and so forth. Before I started studying Russian, I had only known English. So setting off on this journey, I knew it would be a very difficult path because I've heard multiple times that Russian is one of the hardest languages in the world. And it is true. It is a very difficult language. I started off on my language learning journey around the end of September 2022. The previous summer, I had made some great connections with a couple girls from Kazakhstan who had worked here during the summer in the US. I made a promise with one of the girls that I would improve my Russian and she would improve her English. She eventually told me to quit. Now, the reason, I'm not entirely sure why. After she said this, I was incredibly discouraged and I quit for 1 month. And I regret doing that. However, I returned to the language 1 month later and I studied for 6 months pretty much every day, only taking 1 or 2 days as break during that time. The reason why I came back to the language is because I realized that I have a perfect opportunity to interact with foreigners through their language. And growing up in Iowa, there's not a lot of diversity here. It is incredibly white and you see the same faces, you hear the same languages. So during the summer, it is a breath of fresh air to see new faces and hear new languages. So these are my biggest motivators. You might also be asking, how did I learn the language? How do you go about learning such a difficult language? And I'm going to tell you. First, I started out on Duolingo. And Duolingo is infamous for having very goofy, weird sentences. And it's okay for getting you familiar with how the language looks and how it sounds a little bit. And it helped me with learning the alphabet, but other than that, it isn't incredibly helpful for me. I know maybe for other people it might be, but not for me though. After this, I wanted to really focus on pronunciation and listening to the language. So I heard about an app called Pimsleur that I used. Pimsleur has 30-minute audio lessons for every day. And most of the time in these audio lessons, it's a little more helpful. It gets you familiar with the sound of the language. And if you just repeat the words, your pronunciation will get better over time. I like to listen to Pimsleur lessons while I was outside taking a walk or riding on my skateboard or washing the dishes or working out, whatever, just to get some background noise, just to listen to the sound of the language and get me familiar with it. I'm listening on Pimsleur. I'm on lesson 5. I just finished with lesson 5. And it's really cool. You can go to like voice coach, pronunciation practice, я немного говорю, and you can practice your pronunciation. It's really cool. And then also I use Duolingo, but I think for speaking, Pimsleur is better. But after I had finished the first unit of Russian in Pimsleur, I felt like I wanted something new. I wanted to spice it up a bit. And I noticed on the Duolingo website, there was a section called like courses or classes. And I was interested in this. Now, I'm not huge on courses or classes. I really don't like taking in-person classes because it is very discouraging for me and I don't like the classroom setting. But I thought I might as well just try it out, just see what it's like. And I did not like it whatsoever. I will play a clip. Okay, that didn't really go as planned. I really wanted to learn, but the teacher was going way too fast. Really fast and just calling on a bunch of people in it. I didn't really like it that much. I kind of want to find a personal tutor. I don't really like being in a class full of people, and especially if I feel a little bit behind, I feel like my anxiety is prevalent. But I hope this doesn't discourage me from learning. I just kind of want to find something more private, I guess. So after that, I felt very discouraged and I felt very lonely in the language because I had nobody to practice with. Most of the time, my friends from Kazakhstan were too busy to practice with me. But I knew I wanted a personal tutor. I wanted a personal teacher, only one-on-one, somebody who could focus on my strengths and weaknesses and kind of just more like a friend to talk to. So I tried out one teacher and I really did not like her. And then I met my other teacher. Her name is Laura, and she is fantastic. She is a great teacher. I had thought about giving up so many times, but she had given me so much motivation to continue in the language, and I really have to thank her, because without her, I wouldn't be able to be where I'm at right now. I'm not saying I'm fluent. I am nowhere near fluent. I speak with mistakes. I don't understand everything, but my level isn't terrible. Now this language is incredibly difficult, and at times I felt incredibly discouraged and I thought about giving up many times. But thinking about what that girl told me actually gave me a lot of motivation to continue, because I did not want to go back to that spot where I was, where I gave up. And if you give up, then if you quit, then you fail in language learning. Really, that's all it is. You just cannot give up. You really have to be consistent and do it every day. The lessons that I had with Laura, we didn't focus too much on grammar. It was more on just things that I was interested in, things that I wanted to say, and over time my vocabulary built up and my pronunciation got better, and naturally I started to feel a pattern with the grammar and the cases, and I started to improve. I'm not saying that I'm perfect now, not saying that at all, but I certainly improved from the first lesson. For speaking and listening practice, another thing that I would do is I would go on a website called omi.tv, which is like chat roulette, but you can search for different countries. So I would go on like the Kazakh server or the Russian server and practice on there. I met some really cool people, but I also met some very, very rude people, and that was not fun. But the two cool people that I really met were Sabina and Fatima, one from Russia, one from Kazakhstan, and they followed me on Instagram and we kept up with each other and had conversations. And I just want to thank both of you so much for allowing me to talk to you and being patient with me, because a lot of times I don't understand everything and I speak with mistakes, but thank you for being patient with me. I just wanted to make this video to show you guys to not give up, even when people tell you to stop, even when it is something incredibly difficult, because I could have just studied Spanish or a different language that's, easier and more similar to English, but I kind of just dove straight in with Russian, and I'm glad that I continued. So thank you for sticking around and enjoy the surprise.
Я немного понимаю по-русски. Немного, не очень хорошо. Это очень сложно, но я стараюсь. У меня есть хорошие друзья из Казахстана, Доминиканы, Турции и Америки. Whenever I walk outside, I bet people are probably thinking I'm crazy when I talk to myself. It's a difficult process, but it's fun. Hello, bro. How are you? Bro. Yes. I have a big surprise for you.
What?
I can't say, but when you come, it's a very big surprise.
Why you tell me now?
Trust me, you're gonna be very surprised.
Are you going to marry with somebody?
No! I'll just say that the gift is priceless.
Gift is priceless.
Yeah. I'll just say that. Say that.
It's related with school?
No. You'll have to see. You'll have to see.
See, it's something physical.
Yeah.
just
Why are
trying to
you
guess.
guessing so much?
You're just trying to guess.
You're guessing so much.
So I'm wrong. Should I guess or not? Or you're not going to tell me anyway?
I'm not gonna tell you, bro. You'll have to see when you get here.
Anyway, just a couple more weeks.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Muscles? You want to surprise me with your muscles?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's about, I'd say 3-ish hours until I see Alikhan, but I'm not gonna surprise him until.
I'm sorry, do not put down your umbrella. Close your umbrella.
So it's gonna be about another 3 hours until I see him, but I have to wait 2 hours for me to surprise him. So it's gonna be hard to not have some Russian words or Turkish words slip out, because I think in Russian throughout the day, and sometimes, like especially if I'm trying to speak Spanish or a different language, Russian slips out because I'm so used to speaking it. But I am very nervous to say the least, but also very excited. This is probably the best day out of the year for me. Today is very cold and windy, but this moment is going to make up for this cold and windy day for sure.
Then you better know her name.
Oh yeah.
Kathy.
It's almost the same.
I know.
Katie.
She's Catherine, I'm Katie. Yeah, you guys look good.
Я думаю, что я увижу из серии волосы под твоей бородой. Она чём без образа коломбан, чёпка с камерой. Я не могу говорить, ты хорошая бороду.
Oh my gosh.
Говорит
Hello,
по-русски.
mother.
You really can't speak Russian?
Говорит по-русски. Я учу русский язык уже полгода.
Oh my gosh. Как тебя зовут?
Меня зовут Дэн, но мое полное имя Бенджамин.
I'm shocked.
Но, знаешь, у тебя было многие догадки. Ты думаешь, что я был собираешься жениться с кем-то?
Are you? Oh yeah.
Нет.
Or you make tattoo, I said.
Да. Ты говорит по-русски.
Oh
Пожалуйста.
yes.
Пожалуйста.
По-русски. I don't know.
Но говорит медленнее для меня.
Окей. Я буду говорить очень медленно.
Спасибо.
Я в шоке, что ты говоришь по-русски.
Но, знаешь, я хочу улучшить свой турецкий язык, потому что моя тетрадь для турецкого уже запилилась. Чок, знаешь.
Знаешь.
Sadece birkaç kelime biliyorum. Bir gün bulbul gibi Türkçe konuşacağım inşallah.
Oh, how? It's like 6 months, you know, like. Какой у тебя уровень русского языка?
Знаешь, я на начальном уровне языка, но однажды я хочу
You understand my question?
продвинутый уровень.
Мне кажется, что у тебя очень хороший уровень русского языка. Мне все-таки
Правда?
так, да, потому что 6 месяцев для русского языка это очень мало, но ты, если ты сейчас понял, что я тебе говорю, я в шоке. Вот. My God.
Умопомрачительный.
Oh, Uma. But okay, no. С кем ты практиковал свой русский язык?
У меня был учитель из Казахстана. И-
А.
Да.
Окей, сперва я думал,
Да.
что ты
Мгм.
заучил предложения
Мгм.
и просто эти предложения мне пересказываешь.
Мгм.
What is it?
Предложение. Сначала я использовал предложение для изучения языков. Знаешь, я забыл, как это называется. Duolingo.
Duolingo,
Но
я.
это немного тупой.
Не очень.
Да. В то время я чувствовал немного одинокий, поэтому я встретил учителя. И у меня был...
Кто твой учитель?
Ее зовут Лора.
Laura?
Да, ты не знаешь.
From Kazakhstan, Laura?
Да.
Oh, it's your American name, kind of?
Ну,
Like nickname?
это... Говори по-русски.
Oh, sorry.
Ну, знаешь, я
Лора?
рассказывал мой учитель, что этим летом я собираюсь получить много слушать практики, потому что у тебя есть язык без костей.
А? Лора, чему вы его научили, дорогая? Как ты выучил грамматику?
Мы не сосредоточились слишком много на грамматике.
О, у вас была просто разговорная речь.
Да. Это был очень полезно.
Да.
Я начал учить русский язык в середине ноября. И сначала мне понравилось слушать уроки русского, пока я гулял на улицу.
Мгм.
А потом это был Pimsleur, может быть, знаешь. Pimsleur,
It's application?
да.
Нет.
Ну, это хороший для звуков, знаешь? Звук.
Может быть, я буду использовать Pimsleur,
Да.
чтобы улучшить свой немецкий язык.
Немецкий.
Да. Like,
Я помню, ты хотел изучать немецкий
М.
язык, да?
2 года назад.
Да.
Вот это 2 года назад.
2 years ago.
2 года назад я начал изучать немецкий язык.
Почему ты перестал?
Потому что
Да.
я прилетел в Америку и много работал.
Да. Слишком занятый.
Слишком занятый.
Да.
Making
Но,
money.
знаешь, завтра я собираюсь сказать яблоку нигде упасть, потому что мы собираемся быть очень заняты.
Oh. Laura,
Я,
I'm from Kazakhstan too. You will send this to Laura?
ну, я выложу видео на YouTube.
No!
Да?
You have to say me, I will speak like more professional.
Okay, so that was the surprise. Looking back, editing the video, I understand more of what he said, but in the moment, because I was so nervous, it was hard for me to understand some things. I spoke with mistakes, I didn't understand everything, but the most important part is that I try. Every day, I try to become a better person than I was the previous day, and I keep coming back. I just keep coming back, I just don't quit. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe. If you want to see a video of me giving a tour of where I work in Russian or Turkish, please let me know in the comments because I would love to do that for you guys. And see ya.